Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is News at 12. In the local scene, the provincial government of Albay reinforced its commitment to sports development by turning over 5 million pesos in funding to Bicol University for the improvement of the Albay Provincial Sports Complex. Governor Noel E. Rizal led the turnover ceremony, emphasizing continued provincial support for athletic excellence, youth development, and community wellness through sports. The funding will be used to upgrade and maintain facilities to ensure safer and more competitive venues for training, tournaments, and other athletic activities. Bicol University officials welcomed the assistance, saying improved facilities will strengthen training conditions and expand opportunities for student athletes. The provincial government said the initiative is part of a broader effort to invest in sports, infrastructure, and partnerships that promote active and healthy lifestyles across Albay. In other story, the Public Employment Service Office of Albay announced new employment opportunities for Albayanos in partnership with Daily Overland Freight for Water. Available positions include service driver and loader assignments in Daraga, Legazpi, and Naga, as well as job offers for an officer in charge in Legazpi, an HR supervisor in Daraga, and a waybill clerk in Daraga. Applicants may apply by scanning the provided QR code or by visiting the company's head office in Daraga. Peso Albay added that job seekers may also send inquiries through its Facebook page or via email. Also, job descriptions, qualifications, and requirements are posted on its official Facebook page. In other news, the Albay Provincial Library and Information Center is set to mark the Valentine's season with a full day of interactive and creative activities on February 13. The event, dubbed as You plus the Library equals the perfect match. The event features Valentine-themed activities that promote creativity, self-expression, and community engagement. Highlights include DIY Valentine's friendship bracelets, freedom wall expressions, a library love tree for letters to a plaque, and a Valentine's photo booth. Participants will also receive free tokens and bookmarks as special treats for library visitors throughout the day. A plaque invites the public to join the celebration ahead of the Valentine's Day, blending the love of reading with meaningful social interaction. The activity also aims to strengthen the bond between the library and the community by providing a welcoming space for creativity and expression. In the national scene, the Philippine National Police announced it will increase the deployment of police officers to places of worship ahead of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan and the Christian Lenten season expected to begin on February 18. PNP Chief General Jose Melencio Nartades Jr. said police visibility and community engagement are priorities, with Salam Police Center units deployed to mosques and churches nationwide. Security measures will also cover major transport hubs, while 24/7 police assistance desks will be set up near key churches and mosques for devotees. Nartades called for unity and vigilance, saying the simultaneous observance of Ramadan and Lent is a rare moment for Christian and Muslim brethren. In other story, the Department of Education has launched its classroom leasing initiative, a temporary measure developed with local governments and private partners to reduce overcrowding in public schools while new classrooms are being built. Education Secretary Sonny Angara led the rollout in Pila, Laguna, marking the first time DepEd has formally adapted classroom leasing as a national strategy to address space shortages in densely populated areas. Under the initiative, a leased facility now serves as an annex to Don Manuel Rivera Memorial Integrated National High School, allowing senior high school students to relocate and helping ease congestion in the main campus. Angara said classroom leasing is meant to provide an immediate and practical solution to urgent classroom shortages, especially in fast-growing provinces where overcrowding leads to shifting schedules and reduced instructional time. Laguna was chosen as a pilot area due to severe congestion, and DepEd said the model will be expanded to other high-need areas as part of the Marcos administration's broader efforts to bridge the gap, or bridge the classroom gap. In other news, a third impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte was filed on Monday in the House of Representatives by members of the clergy and lawyers from the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, the same groups whose earlier complaint in December 2024 was voided by the Supreme Court. The new complaint, endorsed by Mamamayang Liberal Party List Representative Leila de Lima, raises allegations involving the use of more than 500 million pesos in confidential funds from 2022 to 2023, as well as funds allocated to the Department of Education during Duterte's tenure as secretary, and other claims related to public accountability. Earlier this month, two other impeachment complaints were filed, one by the Makabayan Coalition and another by civil society groups, which also centered on issues involving confidential funds and transparency. Duterte, through her lawyers and a spokesperson, said the complaints were expected and that they would address them through constitutional processes, while Malacanang said it is not involved and emphasized the need to follow the rule of law. The Supreme Court previously voided Duterte's impeachment in 2025 for violating the one-year bar rule. But legal experts said a January 2026 ruling clarified that a new impeachment complaint could be filed starting January 15. And in the news outside the country, Japan restarted the world's largest nuclear power plant after an earlier attempt was suspended due to a minor monitoring alarm issue, its operator Tokyo Electric Power Company TEPCO said. The Kashiwazaki Kariwa nuclear plant in Niigata region resumed, marking its first restart since Japan shut down nuclear facilities following the 2011 Fukushima disaster. The January suspension was caused by slight electrical current changes detected by an alarm system, which TEPCO said remained within safe limits and has been adjusted since. Japan is reviving nuclear power to cut fossil fuel dependence, meet rising energy demand, and achieve carbon neutrality by 2050, a policy strongly backed by newly re-elected Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi. Despite major safety upgrades at the plant, public opinion remains divided, with many residents opposing the restart due to safety concerns and evacuation preparedness. In other story, nearly 7 years after Jeffrey Epstein's death in New York City jail, the release of millions of Justice Department documents has drawn global attention, mentioning European royalty, diplomats, former leaders, and members of the U.S. corporate and political elite without implied wrongdoing. In Europe, the documents have prompted resignations and investigations, including questions around UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer's ambassadorial appointment of Peter Mandelson, Slovakia's former security advisor Miroslav Lajkok, and a broader inquiry in Norway involving senior diplomats and former Prime Minister Torbjorn Jagland. Royal families have also been noted in the documents, with Britain's Prince Andrew facing scrutiny, while Norway's Crown Princess Mette Marit expressed regret over her contact with Epstein, raising public discussion about her future role as Queen. In the United States, figures such as Bill and Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Bill Gates, and other leaders and executives have been mentioned in the files, leading to questions or resignations, highlighting the widespread network of contacts associated with Epstein. And finally, in the news outside the country, with reference to the Philippines, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said that Philippines-U.S. relations have remained strong as the two countries celebrate 80 years of diplomatic ties. He made the remarks during the unveiling of a special logo to be used in commemorative activities throughout the year. Marcos noted that the logo reflects 8 decades of diplomatic engagement and shared history between the two nations. He also referred to the 75th anniversary of the Philippine-U.S. Mutual Defense Treaty and mentioned expanding cooperation in areas such as cyberspace and outer space. With the Philippines hosting this year's ASEAN Summit, Marcos called for continued U.S. engagement and said he hopes to welcome former President Donald Trump in Manila for the event. That's the news at February 12, 2026. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our news writer, LJ Lurejo and Naomi Ruth Hernandez. And on the technical side, Ted Bobis. Our Provincial Information Officer, OIZ Marty Gonzalez. And under the supervision of our Governor, Noel E. Rosal, I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing. Albay in my heart.